Walking Wake in the sun is a monster. We know this already, but now they gave it Flip Turn, it's even more of a monster. This video is going to show you why. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're having a battle versus Jaybird from the Discord server. They've got a pretty cool looking team. You know, the Spidops stands out, the Great Tusk obviously stands out, Jolteon's cool to see, and so is Heracross. Goodra and Skeledirge can just, yeah, whatever. So I think I might lead off with the Torkoal, get the sun up straight away, but they probably lead off with the Spidops. So Torkoal's probably the best bet, right? So we'll go Torkoal lead, get that Lava Plume off on the Spidops as they set up the Sticky Web, and then go into Mandibuzz to blow those Sticky Webs away. And the battle begins, so Jaybird's going to lead off with Tiptoes, which is the Jolteon, as we lead off with Smokey, the Torkoal. So not the worst case scenario, but not the best case scenario either. So we've got to switch out here, and we don't want to take unnecessary damage on our Torkoal. So I'm leaning towards Victreebel, but they probably go for a Volt Switch and get on out of there and go straight into the Skeledirge. So is Victreebel the best thing to go into? Probably not. Skeledirge is a pain. Skeledirge is a real pain. So I'm wondering what to do here. I'm thinking of the Goldengo. So I'm going to go Goldengo. If they Terra Ground to Terra Blast us right now, I'm going to be so mad. But I don't think Jolteon really runs Terra Ground, because it's like, what's the point other than hitting over Jolteon and stuff? They go for a Volt Switch, which is going to sting. It's going to sting a bit, but we do have the Recover. They are Life Orb, which is good to note. So they're not locked in with Specs. So that would have done a lot more if it was Specs, that's for sure. So let's see what they go into here. Probably Goodra. Gumbo comes in, which is going to be what? The Goodra. So Goodra comes in. That's fair enough. Goodra, we did kind of expect that. I'm going to go straight to Mandibuzz, my specialty defensive wall. And hopefully we can take a Draco Meteor like an absolute champ, but I'm not really holding too much. I mean, Mandibuzz has fallen off a little bit, you know, in the recent years. So let's go Mandibuzz, see how well we take this Draco. They go for a Flamethrower. I mean, it's in the sun, to be fair, which is going to do a little bit of chip damage. We're able to go for a knockoff now. Knock off whatever item it's holding, or whatever item, anything that switches in's holding. They do withdraw. They don't want to get knocked off, which is fair enough. What are they going to go into, though? The real question. Tiptoes comes in, which is the Jolteon. So we're going to knock off Jolteon's Life Orb, which is going to be great for the long run. Means it's going to be doing less damage. We also get a crit on the knockoff, which is amazing. So that did some serious damage to Tiptoes over there. Now we can probably switch into Goldengo once again, but they might go for the Shadow Ball expecting that. They saw that it was our designated switch. So what do we do here truly? I'm leaning towards Victreebel, but if they Volt Switch and go into Skeledirge, we're boned, because we have like one switch into Skeledirge being Walking Wake. And then they probably Terra and Terra Blast Fairy on us. You know, it's not going to be a fun time, that's for sure. So let's see how this plays out. Let's go Victreebel. Let's just go Victreebel. It's our Grass type. It can take a Volt Switch, no problem. They could Terra Ice, Terra Blast us here. They could, honestly, but I don't think they would against the Mandibuzz. I think they probably Volt Switch because we have no ground types. So they go for a Discharge. If that paralyzes us, I'm going to be mad. It paralyzed us, so I'm mad. I'm mad right now. Not really mad, but, you know, it is what it is. So we are slow now. We are basically in the sun. The same speed as a normal Victreebel. So I'm going to go straight for the Poison Jab just to get some damage off. They do withdraw. They don't Volt Switch, though, which is interesting. They don't Volt Switch, and they're going to go into Gumbo. The Goodra. So we do outspeed the Goodra, so we can get some decent damage off on the Goodra. Wow, another crit! Oh, wow, Victreebel coming through. We're going to outspeed this turn as well. Never mind. We don't outspeed, even though they're paralyzing the sun. We still don't outspeed, even though it's in Chlorophyll. So Victreebel goes down to the Goodra. I kind of jumped the gun there. I really thought we would outspeed there, but, you know, it is what it is. So I think it's time for Walking Wake on Mienshao to come in. I think Mienshao is probably the best one to switch in, because we can KO this thing with a U-turn, or we can go for a knockoff expecting the Skeledirge to come in. I am leaning towards the knockoff, but I'm also leaning towards the U-turn because it'll still KO the Goodra. So let's go for the U-turn. And Goodra was one of the main things on their team, stopping Walking Wake from tearing through it, pretty much. So they do withdraw the Goodra. What are they going to go into? Probably the Skeledirge, right, or the Great Tusk. Mr. Might. What's that? The Spidops comes in. What's the Spidops going to do? So we go for a U-turn, get some nice chip damage off. And then we go into something that can take on Spidops, which is going to be probably, I would say, Goldengo is the best one we've got. So we'll go Goldengo real quick. And we have whittled away at their team. I mean, Goodra goes down to the next hit. Jolteon goes down to the next hit. Spidops is going down this turn. Let's go for a Make It Rain just to get damage off. There we go. And they do stay in and they do go down. So Spidops goes down, which is unfortunate for my opponent because I could tell their favorite Pokemon was Spidops because in their card, they have Spidops in the background. So that's unfortunate for them. So the Harsh Sunlight fades, which means we can bring Torkoal in to reboot it. And I think this might be a walking weight game. In comes Chomper, which is going to be the Skeledirge. So this thing obviously scares us. Shadow Ball isn't doing it much to it. Let's go into Torkoal, get the sun back up. And if they go for a Torch Song, that's fair enough. They go for a Torch Song. We just switch out into something to take on Torch Song. So we'll go into Smokey real quick, get the sun back up. Like so. And then we can probably go for Stealth Rock. So they go for a Torch Song, which does do a decent bit of chip damage to us. That's for sure. Now they probably either go for another Torch Song or they go for a Shadow Ball. So we've got to be careful what we switch in. I'm leaning towards Mandibuzz to get that knockoff off. I think that's going to be important. I'm also leaning towards staying in and going for a Stealth Rocks. That's also going to be pretty important. So let's see how this works out. So I think I will go Mandibuzz now. I'll definitely go Mandibuzz because I have a feeling they're going to go for a Shadow Ball or a Hex. Whichever ghost type stab they've got. So let's see how this plays out. So Mandibuzz comes in. They go for the Torch Song. Skeledirge with Torch Song is a very big powerhouse, that's for sure. So they get another special attack drop, which is fine. We go for a knockoff. We go for a knockoff here. We should outspeed, I believe, unless I'm wrong. No, but they outspeed, so they must have some speed investment. Either that or Skeledirge is faster than you would have thought it would be. That's for sure. So Skeledirge is now at +3, so we've got a problem here. We've definitely got a problem here. I would say best bet is to go Walking Wake, flip turn into something else, expecting the Tera. I think that's the best bet. So we'll go into our Walking Wake, get that Photosynthesis and speed. And they either switch out into Goodra or they Tera. So I'm going to flip turn to Scout to see what they do. And then we'll just kind of go from there. So they do Tera. What type are they going to Tera into, though? That's the real question. So we will see. We will see. So depending on what type they Tera into, they Tera Fairy. So Fairy is a threat. That's for sure. Fairy is a threat. So what do we do here? Obviously, we flip turn. Get a bit of chip, which does nothing. What do we do against this Tera Fairy Skeledirge? Because Skeledirge is very bulky. So we've got a couple of options. Either we sack off Torkoal here. I'd rather not, but that's looking like one of the things. Or we go Mienshao. But I don't know whether Goldengo outspeeds or not. That's the worrying thing. So I'm going to say we don't outspeed. Because we're max HP, we're bulky. So I might sack off you, but then what do we do after that? We go back Walking Wake and Terra Water? What, like what? What do we do here? So I might have to go into Goldengo here and just sack it off. Because it's not doing anything else for us apart from the team, whereas Scarf Mienshao can do a lot of work still if we can get rid of the Skeledirge. So they go for a Shadow Ball, which takes us out, obviously. So now I'm wondering, what do we do against the Skeledirge? So they haven't got leftovers, which is good. I'm leaning towards going back into Walking Wake and going for the Terra Water Hydro Steam. That's what I'm leaning towards. So now that we know they've Terra Fairied, we do that. I think we do that. So we'll go into Leviathan real quick. Like so. Get that Photosynthesis and speed. Pretty much is the best thing we can do right now. Terra Water, go for the Hydro Steam, and hope we can live a Shadow Ball, because if we don't, Skeledirge is going to plow right through us. Skeledirge is going to plow right through. So let's go Walking Wake and do that. There we go. Terra Water, Hydro Steam. It's not Specs. It's Expert Belt. So it's not going to have any boost at all other than the fact that it's in the sun and it's terrored. So let's see how, hopefully it does enough damage. Not quite enough damage. As they go for a Shadow Ball. Let's see if we can live. That's all we need to do, live. We live in. Walking Wake is living right now. Let's go for that Hydro Steam real quick. Hydro Steam comes through. It's boosted by Terra once again in the sun. Destroying the Skeledirge's life. So that Skeledirge nearly plowed right through us. But Walking Wake was able to live a +3 Shadow Ball somehow. And pull the W against the Skeledirge. So we are... Ooh, This game is something else. In comes Gumbo. So Gumbo comes in, the Goodra. Now this thing, I believe Hydro Steam will KO. I don't want to go for a Draco because it means we're going to be, you know, perilously weak to the other things. So I'm going to go for that Hydro Steam. I believe it'll KO the Gumbo because it is Terra Water and it's in the sun. So Hydro Steam comes through in the sun, boosted by Terra. Let's see if we can KO this Goodra from there. As it does, so down goes the Goodra. Brilliant. So we're off to a flying start, a flying victory right now. We just need to KO the Heracross, and we need to KO the Great Tusk and the Jolteon. That's all we need to do. So in comes Mugs, which is going to be the Heracross. So Heracross is a threat, that's for sure. We need to weaken this thing. That's what we need to do. We need to weaken this thing. So I'm leaning towards flip turning out into Mienshao. Let's see how much more turns of Sun have we got. One more turn of Sun. So we flip turn this turn, going to Mienshao. So it's obviously not going to do much damage, but it's still damage at the end of the day. There we go. And we're going to go into Mienshao. They probably go for a Trailblaze if I had to guess. So let's go Mienshao. Charmaine comes in, and we want to get, basically we want to reset the Sun. That's the game plan, reset the Sun. So let's see how this works. So they go for a close combat, which is great, because now their special defense is lower. And Heracross has respectable special defense, which was why I was worried about the Hydro Steam not KOing, or the Flamethrower KOing for that matter. I don't think it does. They get a Moxie boost, which is really scary, as there the Harsh Sunlight is going to fade. So we'll go Torkoal now, get the Sun back up, and then we'll go for a Lava Plume on this Heracross real quick. So Lava Plume is going to come through and KO this Heracross, that's for sure. Unless they can take us out of an EQ right now. So they do withdraw the Heracross. They want to preserve that special defense, which makes sense. And they're going to go into Tiptoes, which is going to be the Jolteon, who is going to go down to a Lava Plume right now. As there we go, Lava Plume comes through. Down it goes. So now they can go into Great Tusk and finish us off, which is probably what they're going to do. So Jolteon goes down to the Torkoal, and I'm pretty sure Walking Weight can finish this up, but I don't 100% know. So Badaboom is going to come in. Badaboom is going to come in, and they're probably going to go ahead and get a defense boost. Interesting. I thought they was going to get an attack boost. So we go for a Lava Plume here. We might get the burn. They go for a Stealth Rocks. They go for a Stealth Rocks, which has just completely ruined our game plan. Completely ruined our game plan. Because now, Walking Weight can't switch back in. Or can it? It might have just enough HP, you know. Let's go for the Lava Plume again and find out. So they go for an EQ. Obviously, it's going to take... It doesn't take us out. Great Tusk is pulling his punches. We go for a Lava Plume, and there we go. No burn? No burn. So, it all comes down to whether Walking Wake has just enough HP. Just enough HP to take down... to take them Stealth Rocks pretty much. So, they go for an EQ. Take out poor Torkoal over here. We are pure water, so we do take neutral damage from Stealth Rocks. So there is a chance here that we can live one Stealth Rocks, go for a Hydro Steam, and take out the rest of their team. There is a chance. So let's see if this chance is going to come into fruition. Leviathan comes back in. Are we going to live the Stealth Rocks? Oh, we lived on like 3 HP. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? 5 HP even. Let's go for a Hydro Steam and get this thing out of the way. There we go. And again, it's all going to come down to this. It's all going to come down to this. Can we pull this off with Walking Wake? What a close game. What an absolutely brilliant game this has been. So in comes Mugs, which is going to be the Heracross. Can Heracross live this Hydro Steam? Hydro Steam is definitely the best option because it's Terra boosted and Sun boosted. So I think we go for a Hydro Steam here. There we go. Hydro Steam in the sun. Should take out the Heracross, but there is a chance. No, it definitely takes out the Heracross as we're able to pull a W right there. A very close game. I really enjoyed that one. GG Jaybird. I did enjoy that one thoroughly. But anyway, here is the team. If you want to try it out, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.